The Kanun represents a comprehensive legal and moral code, deeply embedded in the fabric of Albanian society. It particularly governed life in the rugged northern highlands, shaping communities for centuries. This ancient system predates the modern Albanian state, serving as the primary framework for social order and justice. For generations, the Kanun was transmitted orally, passed down from elders to youth. This oral tradition ensured its survival and adaptation across diverse regions. It became an intrinsic part of Albanian identity, guiding daily interactions and resolving disputes. The term Kanun itself derives from the Greek word for rule, or canon, signifying its foundational nature. While various regional kanuns existed, the most famous version is widely attributed to Leke Dukagjini, a 15th century Albanian prince. His name became synonymous with this particular codification. Centuries later, in the early 20th century, Father Stefan Gjechovi undertook the monumental task of compiling the oral traditions into a written text. This compilation preserved the canon for future study and understanding. Gjechovi's work provided a structured framework for what had long been an unwritten law. If you like this type of content, please consider supporting us via the link in the description and like and subscribe to help the channel grow. We wanted to let you know that we support poor Albanian families with $800 per month in the Balkiza region who are in need due to illness or death of the breadwinner. The Kanun's detailed structure is often described as encompassing 12 distinct books or sections. These sections covered every conceivable aspect of life, from family relations to property rights. In total, the Kanun comprised over 200 articles, offering specific guidelines for conduct and resolution. At the heart of the Kanun lie several paramount principles that defined Albanian society. Honor, or ndëri, was perhaps the most crucial. It represented the personal and family reputation, demanding immediate redress for any perceived insult or slight. Hospitality, known as mikpritja, was a sacred duty. It ensured the safety and respect of any guest, regardless of their background or purpose. A host was bound to protect their guest, even at great personal risk. The besa, or sacred word, was a binding pledge of honor. Once given, a besa was inviolable, crucial for establishing trust and maintaining social cohesion. Breaking one's besa carried severe social consequences. Despite its foundational principles, the Kanun also contained controversial practices, most notably jakmarja, or blood feuds. This system of retribution for murder often led to cycles of violence. The Kanun, however, also provided rules and restraints for these feuds, attempting to regulate their scope. Despite these regulations, blood feuds frequently led to prolonged cycles of violence and significant social disruption. Entire families could be confined to their homes for years, fearing reprisal. This practice remains a challenging legacy. The Kanun also reflected a deeply patriarchal nature, largely excluding women from public life and decision-making. Women's roles were primarily confined to the domestic sphere. However, the Kanun also acknowledged the existence of sworn virgins, women who took a vow of celibacy and lived as men, thereby gaining male privileges and challenging traditional gender norms. The Kanun historically coexisted with various state authorities, often persisting in defiance of formal law. It continued to govern local communities during the Ottoman Empire's rule and even under the subsequent communist regime. Its resilience demonstrated its deep roots in society. The communist regime, however, actively suppressed the Kanun, viewing it as a feudal relic that undermined state authority. Efforts were made to eradicate its influence and replace it with state-sanctioned laws. Despite these efforts, the Kanun often continued to operate clandestinely in remote areas. Following the collapse of communism in the early 1990s, the Kanun experienced a resurgence in areas where state institutions were weak or absent. This revival filled a vacuum in law enforcement and justice. However, this resurgence also led to renewed challenges, particularly the re-emergence of blood feuds, which had been largely dormant under communism. In contemporary Albania, ongoing efforts are being made to combat the practice of blood feuds. Various non-governmental organizations and community leaders work to mediate disputes and promote reconciliation. These initiatives aim to break the cycles of violence that still affect some families. There is an ongoing societal debate about the Kanun's role in contemporary Albanian society. Some view it as a historical artifact with no place in a modern European state. Others argue for its cultural significance and the value of its positive principles, such as hospitality and honor. The Kanun's presence and influence extend beyond Albania's borders, particularly in Kosovo. Many of its principles and practices are recognized and, in some cases, still informally applied in parts of Kosovar society. It remains a shared cultural heritage. For the Albanian diaspora worldwide, the Kanun often serves as a significant cultural touchstone. It represents a connection to their ancestral heritage and traditional values. Discussions about the Kanun help maintain a link to their roots. The Kanun has profoundly impacted Albanian literature, inspiring numerous works that explore its themes and consequences. Notable authors like Ismail Kadare have woven its principles and the drama of blood feuds into their narratives. These literary works offer deep insights into its societal impact. Its influence also extends to cinematic works, with films depicting the harsh realities and moral dilemmas posed by the Kanun. These cinematic portrayals bring its complex legacy to a wider audience. They contribute to a broader understanding of Albanian culture. Academically, the Kanun remains a subject of ongoing study and research. Scholars from various disciplines, including anthropology, law, and history, analyze its structure, evolution, and societal implications. This academic interest highlights its unique position as a non-state legal system. The Kanun is undeniably a multifaceted and complex phenomenon, far more than a simple set of rules. It embodies centuries of Albanian social organization, moral philosophy, and conflict resolution. Its study reveals the intricate layers of a society shaped by custom. It offers invaluable insights into non-state justice systems and how communities can self-regulate in the absence of formal governmental structures. The Kanun demonstrates the power of customary law in maintaining order and resolving disputes. Its historical persistence provides a unique case study. Understanding the Kanun is crucial for comprehending the historical trajectory and contemporary challenges of Albanian society. Its legacy continues to influence cultural norms and social dynamics. Engaging with the Kanun's complexities is essential for shaping the future of Albania.